So we're looking at this image to paint it. And I wanted to show you how I go about using my tiling method and how it might work on the screen. So here is what I'm painting. And I'm going to minimize my screenshot. Now we're ready to tile, and I'm starting with that first quadrant at the lower right hand side, and I'm painting in my 4s. And I let it dry. And then I'll go into my 5s and put my darkest values in next. That little dot. And I also see a little lighter dot above it. So now I'm going into my 2s. I'm also noticing along this edge, this lighter area. Now I'm going to go to the next box. Now I'm going to use a 4 going into my 2s. 5s for the eye socket. And I'm actually going to grab a little bit more 3 and correct this. Now I'm coming across the image. I'm going to grab a screenshot to cover over the bottom. Start with my 4s. Go to my 2s. Fives. Now the 1s. Let's go down to our final quadrant and see what it has in store for us. I was aiming for 4, but I started with 5, so you'll see me lessen the contrast right there. Now I'm putting in my 2s. Now I'm adding my 5s. Now I'm adding 3s. And I think for this next part, I'm going to look at both of these together just to see how the mouth is relating to the side of the face. And you can see in my painting, there's like a fracture between the 2 sides. Generally, this is when I start to put little dabs of white in areas that are really bright. And then I'm going to work on the top forehead with the mid-tone. So I'm going to leave this painting here, and there's a few things that I would do with it in the future, but I'm going to let it dry, and that's the end of tiling on the screen.